The scariest question that you can ever ask some people is this: what do you really want? See, that question strikes terror in the hearts of many people because they have gotten to a place in their life where they're afraid to ask for what they want. They're afraid to go for what they want because they're afraid of the rejection, of the feelings of dejection if they don't get what they want. So they get in this place of settling where they don't ask for what they really want. And many people, even people with goals and things they want to achieve in their life, cannot clearly articulate what it is that they want in their life. They have this vague general understanding, but they're not clear on it. Okay? And that is the big difference, because when you're sending out a message to the universe that is not clear, what do you get back? The parallel. You get a message coming back that is not clear either. You may get some of the results you want and other things not so much, because you're getting a muddled message returning to your life because that's what you're putting out. Okay? Remember, law of attraction is always working. What you put out is what's coming back. So the way that you're feeling, the feeling place you're in, determines what will come into your life. And if the feeling place you're in is one of being not certain what you want, of kind of wanting this, then that's kind of what you're going to get back. You're not going to get ideal results using the law of attraction in this way. So why is it so difficult for many people to tell you what they really, really want in their life, exactly, with clarity? The answer is, we grow up with a lot of influences in our life, a lot of authority figures and well-meaning people who instill us with their values of what they perceive to be a good thing for us to achieve and what they want. And we get a lot of that. For example, many people can tell you what their parents want for them, what their spouse wants for them, maybe what their children want for them, what their boss wants for them, but they cannot tell you what they want for themselves. If you find yourself in that category, it's time to take a little hiatus, calm down a little bit, settle down, and give it some thought, and not in a stressful way. You don't want to think, well, I have to decide what I want, I have to figure it out, and strain about it. Remember, using the law of attraction should never be a strain or a hassle. It should be fun, joyous, casual. If you find yourself pushing too hard to determine exactly what you want, there's a couple of answers for that. One, you've got a few blocks there, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. You've got some resistance. Two, you're just focusing on it a little bit too hard, and you need to just relax. Come from a feeling place of feeling good and saying, it'll come to me. Just relax about it and let it come when it's ready, because things take the time they take. For example, a baby is born in 9 months. No one starts stressing about it if the baby, hasn't come out after 3 months, right? You wouldn't do that. You'd say, that's insane. It takes 9 months. It takes the time it takes. Well, that's how everything is in your life. Not just when a child is born, but when an idea is born, or when a concept, a dream is born. It takes the time it takes. You can't rush it to come out in 3 months if it wants to take 9. Feel good about it and know that it will be there when it's there. That's the place to come from. Now let's talk about some of the resistance or blocks that people can have in this process. Society and the media and our families and other authority figures are constantly presenting us with information about the world and information about what we should want. Just watch television sometime and you'll see zillions of messages about things that you should want. You should want a skinnier body. You should want this car. You should want this, material thing, whatever it is. You should want this kind of relationship. Whatever. There's so much of this information that we're being bombarded with by the media, for example, but it also comes from well-meaning family members, loved ones, friends, co-workers, authority figures in our life. We get a lot of information about what other people think we should want, about how we need to play the game of life. But the thing is, no one else can tell you how to play the game of life. I can't tell you how to play it, and no one else can. And that may sound troubling. That may sound like it would be easier if someone would come to you and say, okay, here's the game, this is how you should play it, and sign it, and here you go, that's it, you have my word on it. It doesn't work that way. You have to play your own game, which is by bringing out what's inside of you. Only you know what makes you happy. And as long as you go toward happiness, you're going in the right direction. I'm going to say that again because it is A, so important, and B, very counterintuitive to a lot of the things we learn in our life. As long as you're going toward things that make you happy, you're going in the right direction, okay? Because, and think about this, happiness is the root cause of success. Now, we've probably been taught to look at that backwards all of our lives. I know I was. I was taught that success is the cause of happiness. If you are successful, it will make you happy. In fact, the reverse is true. Happiness is the cause. When you're happy, you will be successful. And that's a scary concept for many people to break through to because we've had so much information to the contrary. I remember when I first started trying to live by that rule, I was very fearful. I was afraid if I just do things that make me happy, my world's going to collapse. I'll lose my income and my relationships and people won't like me. And it doesn't work that way. All these fears are there because we've got so much bad programming, and that's what it is. But it doesn't work that way. When you follow what makes you happy, as Joseph Campbell said, follow your bliss. When you do that, you will find that things don't fall apart. In fact, the other way. Things progress. Things build up. You get higher and higher, and you kind of become who you're really supposed to be in your life. You start playing the game of life by your rules, which is what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to play it by my rules or by the president's rules or your family's rules because they're not you. Okay? Only you have the experience and the knowledge of yourself to understand what is good for you, what is success to you. Happiness is the root cause of success. The more you focus on happiness, the more success is going to come into your life. As you steer yourself away from things that don't feel good and toward things that do feel good, you will find success attracted to you naturally.